I never believed in ghosts. Not really. I believed in stress, in loneliness, in the mind playing tricks when you're too tired. That's what I told myself when I booked that Airbnb. I wanted silence. I wanted snow. I wanted to disappear for a while. The listing said, cozy wooden cabin, isolated, perfect for soul searching. Isolated. I should have closed the app right then. The road up the mountain was wrong. No lights, no signals, no other cars. Just endless white snow swallowing the road and tall black trees standing like watchers. I remember thinking, if something happens to me here, no one will hear me scream. The cabin stood alone, too alone. It wasn't abandoned, it was waiting. The wood was old, darkened by time. The windows looked black, not reflective, just hollow, like eyes that refused to blink. The moment I stepped inside, everything went silent. No wind, no birds, no insects. Silence so heavy it pressed against my ears. I dropped my bags. That's when I felt it. That sensation, when someone is standing behind you. I turned around. Nothing. But the air felt warm. Too warm for a frozen mountain. Did you hear that? I told myself it was the wind. But children don't sound like wind. Someone knocked. I hadn't seen a single house for miles. When I opened the door, an old man stood there. His face was pale, eyes sunken, hands shaking. He didn't smile. He didn't greet me. He just stared past me, into the cabin. Then he said,
"They don't like strangers."
I laughed nervously. I said, "Who?" His eyes slowly met mine.
"The family."
Before I could ask more, he turned away. But as he walked off, he muttered,
"If you hear the child, don't answer."
That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, something moved. Slow footsteps, measured, circling. Not rushing, not hiding, like it knew I was trapped. I pulled the blanket over my head. That's when I heard it.
Will you play with me?
I didn't breathe. I didn't move, because the voice came from inside the room. The next morning, I searched the cabin. In a locked cupboard, I found photographs. Old, burned around the edges. A man, a woman, and a little girl, about 10 years old. All of them smiling, except their eyes. Their eyes were scratched out. Behind the photos, symbols carved into the wood. Circles, inverted crosses, something written in dried black stains. I didn't know the language, but my body did. It screamed black magic. That night, the mirrors stopped reflecting me. Instead, I saw the girl, standing behind me. Her neck bent at an impossible angle, eyes black, mouth moving. She said,
They promised me to him. Now it's your turn.
The lights went out. My phone died. And something locked the door from the outside. I realized then they weren't haunting the house. They were guarding it, waiting for a soul. I didn't sleep. I couldn't. Because every time I closed my eyes, they got closer. I sat on the bed, knees pulled to my chest, staring at the door. That's when I noticed the shadows weren't staying still. They were leaning, like bodies pressed against the walls from the other side, breathing. Someone was scratching from inside the walls, slow, deliberate, not trying to get in, trying to remind me that they already were. Morning came without sunlight. The windows showed snow, but no sky. Just endless white, like the world had been erased. I forced myself outside. The air burned my lungs. I ran toward the neighbor's house. It was gone. Not abandoned. Gone. Only a blackened patch on the snow, shaped like a ritual circle. I gagged. That's when I heard whispering all around me.
She's still breathing. She's not ready yet. Don't let her sleep.
Back inside, the temperature dropped instantly. My breath turned white. Then, they appeared. The man first. Tall, bent backward at the waist. His jaw hung loose, unhinged. The woman stood beside him, her stomach split open. Black symbols carved into her flesh, still bleeding. And between them, the little girl, barefoot. Her feet never touched the ground. They spoke together, 3 voices, 1 throat.
This house is an altar. We fed him families, travelers, women who came alone.
The man stepped forward. He pointed to the floor. The wood peeled open, revealing a staircase leading down. The smell hit me. Rot, blood, sulfur.
We offered our daughter first.
The girl smiled. Her mouth stretched too wide.
It didn't hurt after a while.
I don't remember deciding to go down. My legs moved on their own, like something was pulling me. The room below was carved into stone. Candles burned with black flames. Symbols painted in blood covered the walls. And in the center, a stone table, stained dark, chains hanging from the sides. Above it, something invisible breathed. The girl climbed onto the table. She laid back, turned her head toward me.
You look scared. I was too.
Suddenly, my head filled with voices, memories that weren't mine, screams, fire, hands holding me down. I tasted blood. I felt hands inside my chest, squeezing my heart. The man raised a knife. The blade was black, moving, alive.
Your body, your soul, a better vessel.
A mirror cracked open on the wall. I saw myself, but my eyes were already black. My mouth whispered words I didn't know. My head turned slowly toward me.
You already said yes.
I woke up on the cabin floor. Candles extinguished, room empty. But something was different. Scratched into my arm, a symbol, still bleeding, and a sentence carved into the wall. If you sleep, he enters. The girl's voice returned, soft.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
My eyelids felt heavy, too heavy. That's when I realized they weren't trying to kill me. They were trying to empty me. Something began knocking, not outside, inside my head. A deep voice whispered,
Let me in.
and I felt my body smile, even though I didn't. I stopped trusting time, because time stopped behaving. I checked my phone. 12:07 a.m. I blinked. Checked again. 12:07 a.m. The battery percentage didn't change. The clock didn't move. But my body felt exhausted, like I'd been awake for days. The whispers returned. Not around me, inside me.
You're doing well.
I slammed my hands over my ears. It laughed.
That won't help. You're tired. Let me hold the body for a while.
I ran for the door, unlocked it, pulled, and stepped straight back into the living room. Same fire, same shadows. Behind me, the door was gone. That's when I saw them. Shadows standing everywhere. Dozens, hundreds, all shaped like me. Some were crying, some were screaming, some were smiling too wide. We tried to leave too. We slept. We let him in. The walls began to bleed. Symbols rearranged themselves, forming words. This is not a house. It is a body. The floor pulsed, like flesh. The house wasn't haunted. The house was possessed. She appeared again, but she wasn't 10 anymore. She was taller, her bones bent wrong, her face unfinished. Her mouth opened vertically. Inside, fire. Eyes. Too many eyes. They lied to you. I'm not trapped here. I'm the door. The air crushed my chest. A presence descended, not visible, but absolute. Every candle ignited at once. The voice spoke, not loud, not angry. Certain.
I do not want your death. I want your continuation.
The family appeared again, kneeling, weeping, burning. We failed, they sobbed. We only fed you bodies. The voice answered.
I need lives that continue. Souls that walk back into the world.
My hands lifted without permission. I felt something slide behind my eyes. My reflection smiled. I didn't. We share now. When you sleep, I drive. I screamed. My mouth closed itself. My head tilted.
Stop fighting.
The girl dragged me to the ritual room. The stone table was covered in names, carved, thousands. Some were scratched out, some were circled. One was glowing. Mine.
You're special. You don't break easily.
The knife floated, hovered over my chest.
You'll walk out. You'll invite others.
The knife plunged into another me on the table. My double convulsed, screamed, died, and I felt it. All of it. That's how long you've been here. I collapsed. The room spun. My eyes closed, and I felt relief, warmth, sleep. The voice whispered gently, "Thank you." I woke up smiling. That was the first thing I noticed. Not relief, not fear. My face hurt from smiling too long. Sunlight poured through the windows. Real sunlight. Warm. The snow outside sparkled. Birds sang. The cabin looked normal. Clean. Empty. The door wasn't locked. No symbols, no blood, no whispers. I stepped outside. The road was there. My car was there. And for the first time, I felt light. As I drove down the mountain, my hands didn't shake. My reflection in the mirror blinked when I blinked, smiled when I smiled. I laughed. I cried. I told myself, it's over. My phone turned on. Battery full. No missed calls. No messages. Except one draft. A recording. Time-stamped 3 days from now. I pressed play. Hi. If you're listening to this, you made it out. Please don't sleep tonight. Please don't invite anyone over. Please. The recording ended. I felt movement beside me. The passenger seat dipped. I didn't look. I already knew.
You did beautifully. Do you know why you survived?
My mouth answered without permission. Because I didn't sleep.
No, because you're generous.
The voice leaned closer.
You're going to tell them. Friends, strangers, listeners. They'll imagine the cabin. They'll picture the girl. They'll stay awake with you. And when they finally sleep, I'll have somewhere to go.
I reached home. Lights on. Normal street. Normal life. I stood in front of my mirror. My reflection didn't wait for me this time. You're not the host. You're the invitation. The lights flickered. The mirror went black.
And you, listening right now, you saw the house. You heard the child. You stayed till the end. That means you're awake. Don't sleep tonight.
Help us.
They say apartments remember people. Not their names, not their faces, but the way they suffered. I moved into flat 907 of a 13-story building, thinking it would be a fresh start. New city, new life, new silence. But silence was the first thing I lost. The building was old but well maintained. Security at the gate, CCTV cameras, a guard who barely spoke and never smiled. That first night, exhaustion wrapped around me like a blanket. I slept early, and then I heard it.
Please. Help us. She can hear us.
I sat up in bed. My room was dark, still, empty. The voices weren't loud. They weren't screaming. They were begging. I checked the balcony, the bathroom, the hallway. Nothing. But I wasn't alone. The next day, I told the guard. "Madam, maybe neighbors. Sound travels here." He still checked my apartment, under the bed, behind the curtains, even the bathroom cabinet. No one. Nothing here. That should have comforted me. It didn't. The next evening, I met my neighbor, flat 908, a man in his late 30s, tall, silent. He stared at me too long.
New here?
His eyes didn't blink, didn't soften, didn't welcome.
You'll get used to the sounds.
"What sounds?" I asked. He smiled.
All of them.
Every night after that, I slept. And every morning, I woke up exhausted, as if someone had drained me. Dark circles grew under my eyes. My limbs felt heavy. My head constantly ached.
She's waking up. Don't let her.
I stopped sleeping properly. Until the night, sleep trapped me. I woke up, but couldn't move. My chest felt crushed, my throat locked. And then I saw her. A woman, standing at the foot of my bed. Her hair covered her face, her body twisted. Her feet didn't touch the floor. She stepped closer. Blood dripped onto my floor. She raised her head.
Run. Run.
I woke up screaming. It was a dream, but the smell of blood lingered. I stopped trusting anyone. The neighbor, the families upstairs, the woman who watched me from her balcony every night. Someone was always awake. Someone was always watching. That night, I placed a small hidden camera in my room, facing the bed, just in case. I watched the footage, hours of nothing, until 2:17 a.m. My bedroom door opened. Something moved, not from the door, from under my bed. A hand reached out, then a face. The guard. Injecting something into my arm, night after night. I ran to his room. It was empty, but behind it, a door leading down. The basement smelled of rust and decay, and then I saw them. Bodies. Young women, blood everywhere. Some looked like the woman from my dream.
You're awake now.
I called 911. They came, but the guard was gone. No records, no history, like he never existed. I moved out, but sometimes when I try to sleep, I still hear them.
Help us.
And now you can hear us too.